Ain't shady, baby, I'm hot like the prodigal son.
Welcome back to InTooDeep. This might be the most action-packed episode of InTooDeep ever produced. First, you're gonna watch me sink my jet ski.
Alright, we got a serious situation. She lost a major component to her hull.
Then you're gonna watch me install a state-of-the-art Seawater Pro water desalination system.
This is awesome clean water.
Followed by the installation of a state-of-the-art air purification system. And this is all before firing up the Broward to take it down to Miami from Fort Pierce. From there, I find myself on a Brightline train. We ended up crashing into a fire truck. Fortunately, I made it out of there, just in time for my annual Friends Week 2025. This is going to be a good one, so hop aboard and hit that subscribe button for the last 2.5 months of my life in 2 hours. Alright guys, so now that I'm down in Florida, you might recognize this boat.
This is my 17.5 Aquasport. It's a good little boat. It's got this Evinrude, and
I have to say, I was a bit nervous about the Evinrude engine when I first got the boat. It's treated me well, it's ran good, but this year it has a newfound problem. That problem being, it no longer charges the battery on its own. So, kind of a big problem when you want to listen to the radio and stuff like that. I diagnosed the issue and it ended up being something called the EEM. It's this main computer. It's over $1,000 and then you have to have it dealer programmed. So it was just not practical for me to fix this. So I want to show you what I did. I ended up just installing a nice waterproof Victron battery charger, so when I got back to the big boat with this boat, I could plug it in, it would be fully charged for the next day. But then I realized when I go to the sandbar or something, the radio kills the battery during the day. It hit me. I have a device that is perfect to solve this major issue of mine, especially for when I go out to the Bahamas. So I put my Jackery in here. For those of you that do not know what the Jackery is, let's pull it out of here so I can show you. The Jackery is the best portable power station on the market today. What you're looking at right here is the Jackery Explorer 1000 V2. And when paired with Jackery's 200 watt solar panel, you now have the Jackery Solar Saga 1000 V2. So basically you can plug solar panels right into the side of this thing. And now you have a solar charged portable battery bank. This unit right here is capable of being charged from 0 to 100% in just 1 hour. It boasts 3 AC outlets with a peak output of 1500 watts of pure sine wave AC power. You also have 3 USB ports, 2 Type C's and a Type A, 1 fast charge port, a cigarette lighter, and a light. Jackery has a mobile app that you can control this device, monitor parameters, adjust settings, and do everything with. The Jackery has frankly saved me in this situation because I am not putting a $1,000 computer in the center console to fix the charging system, and the Jackery is capable of charging the lead acid batteries through the battery charger in this boat at least twice before its own battery dies. That just shows the power of LiFePO4 battery technology compared to lead acid batteries. So let's put this thing in here and I'll show you what I do. Since the Jackery 1000 V2 is so small and portable, I just pop it right into this slot. It fits perfectly. I grab my cord right here, I plug it in, turn it on. Right now it's at 80% because I used it last night to charge. Click AC inverter on, and just like that, we're charging the batteries. So because of my Jackery Explorer 1000 V2, I can rest assured that I'm not going to run out of battery when I'm taking my center console to remote areas. This is just one of so many uses that I have found for my Jackery 1000 V2. It is the perfect unit to bring everywhere you go, whether you're camping, RVing, boating, or just want some backup power for your house in case the power goes out. Jackery has you covered. As you know, the LA wildfires got out of hand, and Jackery has played a big part in helping to keep people connected and powered up during the outages caused by these fires. Jackery recently came out with a new product called the Jackery 5000 Plus, and this unit is totally expandable. It is perfect for having home backup power. It basically takes the place of a generator. One of these units puts out over 7,000 watts of power. It's expandable up to 60 kilowatt hours of power. That is a massive battery bank. And you betcha you can connect a huge Jackery solar array to this thing. So be sure to check out the Jackery 5000 Plus on Jackery's website. The link will be in the description of this video. Big thanks to Jackery for keeping me powered up when I need it the most and for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get right into the action. All right guys, I'm currently in Fort Pierce, Florida. I believe it's December 4th. It is December 4th right now. It's the AM. I've been doing all sorts of little things, one-wheeling around and just relaxing after honestly what was kind of a tough summer at the marina for me. I want to show you what I'm gonna do today.
As you know, this thing, well maybe you know, maybe you don't, this thing lets all of its exhaust out midship and it just destroys the side of the boat. I think first, my best bet's probably to magic eraser it. Look how dirty it is. It is disgusting. Oh, by the way, my zincs are working absolutely flawlessly.
We're gonna get more into that after, but
they're working good. But yeah, this thing's filthy. It's just covered in soot. So I'm gonna magic eraser it. It's absolutely disgusting though. So let me get the soap out, magic eraser, and we'll see if we can clean it up.
So not too far into my magic erasering the side of the boat endeavor, I quickly realized that it was going to take more than one pass with the magic eraser and likely some degreaser as well to get this black off. But before I could even finish my first pass, I got a call from a friend. She says, "Hey, launch your jet ski. Let's go for a jet ski ride." I said, "All right, let's do it." So I took the jet ski down with the crane, put it in the water, and off we went. I got about a mile into our ride when this happened.
All right, we got a serious situation here. We're out cruising on the jet ski and she lost a major component to her hull. This was a previous repair and apparently it was not up to snuff because the fucking thing's sinking right now. And we might lose her. We might lose the ski. I think you should try and tow. All right, the jet ski is severely sinking. I don't know if you can see the big hole in the side of it, but it's got a quite large hole. And fortunately, I got my rescue, Nicolette, to the rescue.
Oh yeah.
All right, we got her to the beach. Nice. Good job. Good job.
Oh yeah.
All right, we've got a major problem going on here. We're trying to recover the jet ski.
Bad. Bad, 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 bad.
What are you gonna hold? What is it gonna be? Up straight?
Yeah. All right, go up. Hold on. All right, bring it up. Yep, go full blast.
Huh?
Go full blast. Alright, hold her right there.
What?
Yeah, hold her right there for a minute.
I hope the key, I don't even know. Is my key up there?
Yeah, your key's there.
Alright, good. Because I'm like, I was freaking for a minute.
Alright, bring her up a little more. Keep going. Keep going. Right there, hold it right there.
Holy shit. That's such a lot.
Holy crap. Bring her up a little more. Good thing we got the crane, huh?
Yeah, right?
Holy crap.
Not bad. That was tough. Fuck it, just leave it there for a little.
Exactly. It'll drain.
Poor jet ski. Smell gas. Alright, I got the jet ski back up here. Let's do a little damage report.
Yeah. So basically I bought this thing and it had a little bit of what looked like this had happened, but someone had fixed it and I don't think they did a very good job because I wasn't even hitting waves that hard and she exploded. And the motor's hydro-locked, so right off the bat, it means I need to pull the plugs. The oil's totally contaminated, fresh oil change. I'm gonna have to flush it at least twice. And that's if the motor even has any hope. So, at least it's back on the flat bridge, somewhat safe. Let's see what we can do through this little tiny freaking compartment right here. If I can get the plugs out through here, that's a miracle.
Alright, so I effectively had no choice because if I left the thing waterlogged, the motor was going to be junk for sure. So I took it apart. I just pulled the plugs out of it and I'm going to crank it over for the very first time right now, live. You ready? I'll turn the light on if it's got power in it. Alright. Oh yeah. She was definitely hydro-locked. Poor freaking jet ski, that sucks. That means the oil is completely contaminated too. Well, kind of figured that would be the case either way. Oh no, the oil looks good still. I don't want water to get in there. I'm gonna suck the oil out of it regardless. Just because. But the oil might... I can't imagine it survived though, because the water was seeping past the rings to a degree over the last hour or two that it sat here before I got it hauled. Let me put the jump pack on it. Give it a full juice so we can get all the crap out of there. The only problem is that doesn't solve this problem. That's quite the problem. That's such a shame. I shouldn't have bought this thing knowing that it was damaged previously. I just figured that wasn't a spot of like major structural you know, problem. But that was a serious hit. Someone smashed into a rock with this thing or something before I got it. They had like plastic welded it. You can kind of see what they did. Definitely didn't hold up because I wasn't even hitting that big of waves out there. Crazy. Alright, let's get the jump pack hooked up. Alright, now she'll crank a little faster at least. I'm gonna take my trusty WD-40. We're gonna try and make up for what we just did. You can hear the bilge pump down there cranking. But either way, at least I'm up on the fly.
in Florida.
It's so beautiful out here. It's so nice.
So can't complain. It's all part of the fun. It's all part of the fun.
All right, so today's mission is the jet ski. I pondered with what to do with this thing, and you know, I didn't even get it running yet, but I think it'll run. It's starting to get corroded because I wasn't able to wash it off after her sinking. I went and looked at another one of these, and it was a complete pile of junk. The motor was a solid ball of corrosion. I mean, look, this one is just starting, and that's because it sunk. But this other guy's ski was just a ball of corrosion. I couldn't spend the money on it, so I'm gonna try and fix this. It's gonna be interesting. My thought so far is that I taper all this down. I mean, clearly whoever fixed it before, their repair didn't penetrate at all, so it was just not strong. I wish I had the piece, that would help, but I don't. So what I'm thinking is I taper all this down like a fiberglass repair, and I read online that West Systems epoxy will stick to this if it's properly prepped. So you have to scuff it real good. So there's a crack right here. I'll stop drill the crack, I'll gouge it out, I'll fill that with epoxy resin thickened. Then I'll line the whole outside of this. I'll sand it down, and I'll line it with cardboard with parchment paper so I can start the repair from the inside. And then once I have a nice tapered repair on the inside, this is all theoretical, then I'll be able to fill the outside in. It'll bond to the glass on the inside, and then I'll be able to when it's getting smashed by waves, it'll have some support there. So I'm gonna give it my best shot. All right, so here's where we're at. I cleaned it up very nice with a grinder and a sander. I laid parchment paper perfectly on the inside here, and then I reinforced it with cardboard. And inside here, under my mock-ups, I have basically a parchment paper lined hole. So I'm gonna coat this all in epoxy, and then I have my glass. I can start laying my chop cloth in. I think it will be good. I just catalyzed this, so I'm gonna get going here. All right, so that's my first part of the repair. That's got nice and it's nice and resined up, so I'll be able to fill that quite nicely from the outside. I have a lot of faith in this repair, to be honest. I really do. So in the meanwhile, I drained all the oil out of it, and it was completely waterlogged. So I sucked it all out, and I pulled the oil filter out, and there's still quite a bit of water in there. Wow, look at that. That's insane. Oh my. This oil filter is junk, so I'm gonna run out to the power sports store to get a new oil filter. Probably have to flush it 2 or 3 times. Hopefully the motor's good, because I'm going through the hassle of fixing the hull. Although the hull needed to be fixed either way, really, for it to float at all. It's gonna be a beautiful sunset tonight. I'm gonna run to the store now. All right, just got back from the store, getting the oil filters. This might actually work. I peeled it off. This is cured up. I peeled the parchment paper off, came right off. It's not totally cured yet, so I need to let it cure more, but I'm liking the way it looks. The other layer of glass will bond to this, so it's like gonna be a sandwich. I mean, I think it's gonna work awesome. I can't wait. Nice. Hopefully the motor runs. Alrighty,
So it is the next day, Pelican Harbor Yacht Club in Fort Pierce, Florida, jet ski repair. So this is the inside. Get my drill out of here. Basically, this is my repair. Pretty happy with the way it came out. I cleaned up a couple spots. So basically there was a crack right here that went down here. I stop drilled the crack in a couple spots, and there was one crack here. I stop drilled that crack. It's freaking solid, and this bonded well to the hull. So now I cleaned it up out here, sanded this all down. I'm gonna start laying some glass in here, and then I'll do one nice piece of cloth over it. All right, so while the jet ski is curing upstairs, I have a couple more projects that I want to take care of. Well, that I need to take care of, rather. Firstly, I want to completely dry out that front bilge compartment, completely dry it out. Secondly, right now I have the AC pumps going in here, but if you remember on the trip down, my two center racors got pretty plugged up with crap just from stirring it. I'm running on the outside ones right now, as you can see by my valving, and they still look pretty good in there. Compared to these two, I don't know if you can see that, but that one has some serious stuff in there. Serious. So I'm gonna take these two completely apart and totally clean them out. These two are still all right, so I'll run on those, then I'll swap back to these at some point in the future, and I'll be able to change those two fuel filters. But these two need to be done immediately, so I'm gonna get on that. All right, it's a little noisy in here because the AC pump's running, but you ready for this? Oh my, holy crap. That is considered fouled. Wow, holy crap. I don't think this one's gonna be quite as bad. No, it's pretty much just as bad. That's what you get for going in rough seas with an old boat. Clogged fuel filters. But that's all right. I'm glad she's got the dual racor set up. This is consistent with the readings on my vacuum gauge. The port side here came all the way up to a little over 10 inches of mercury. This one only reached 8. So obviously this filter is a little more clogged. But these Detroits have big old gear pumps that suck the fuel. So once they have their prime, they can suck quite a bit. Alright, so rather than bore you with all the details, I cleaned them out. They were quite clogged with junk. They're all back together now. New filters going in. Bam. Bam. Now, I need to go to the gas station and get some diesel in my can. I'm almost out. I'll fill these bad girls up, check for leaks. We're good to go. Nice. All right, time to fill them back up. I got some diesel. Make sure our valves are closed. Closed and closed, yep.
All right, now it's time to do the filters or fuel filters and then an oil change on, well, I'm only gonna do the fuel filters tonight, but on the old gen set. I haven't even started this thing since I was up in Maine. I haven't needed it because my Northern Lights is, knock on wood. I know there's some wood in here, but I'll go out here. Teak or mahogany. Has been treating me damn well. So let's get her done. All right, so right now, a couple days have gone by, it was raining, but I'm back here working on the jet ski, and I failed to record a lot of it, but I ended up doing another layer here on the hull. I filled in some of the low spots with chop cloth, really soaked it up in resin, and then right here I put one piece of crap, I forget what it's called, but it's basically cloth. It's like a finishing, not as structural, but it makes a nice smooth finish. Cloth sort of stuff. Someone in the comments will tell me, I'm sure. Anyways, cut it out, looks real good. Reinforce the inside even more. This thing is going to be very, very strong. So now I've shifted focus to the engine. I went to go get oil filters for it because I figured I'd have to do a couple oil changes. And the guy at the dealership gave me a bunch of tips. He was like, the intake is going to hold water. No matter what you do, you have to pull the intake off. So I unbolted the intake. Sure enough, I don't know if you hear that, but it's definitely full of water. So that was some good advice. So what I'm going to do is empty the intake out. He said, make sure you don't disturb that clamp. So I won't do that. I'm just going to try and dump it out. And then, I guess I'll take it off with the throttle body. Put that back on. One of my spark plugs broke in the head. Look at that. But I was able to get it out, fortunately. That's literally insane. So I got some new plugs for it. I got some fresh oil for it. I sucked all the oil out. Watery oil in here. You know what I just realized? Oh, that's where all the oil in the bilge was coming from. This freaking jug has a hole in it. So all of the oil went into the bilge and leaked out. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Wow. All right. So yeah, battery's on a charger. Should be pretty good. Hopefully it runs. We'll see. All right, here we go. The intake is most definitely full of water. Let me get a screwdriver in there to open up that throttle by wire flap. That's a lot of water. Alrighty, so right here is the jet ski, and this is my repair. It definitely is not the prettiest thing. It could use some fairing, but it is so unbelievably solid and strong. I am pleased to report that the jet ski runs perfect again. Somehow, some way, literally 3 oil changes to get all the cream out. The rest of the little bit of water that was in there, I'm sure evaporated when I ran it. I did have it in the water. I beat the crap out of it over some big waves. It's good. It's good. That's the repair. Some black spray paint. And check it out.
She's a runner. Somehow, some way. I got so lucky that this thing still runs. So unbelievably lucky. All right, guys, right now it is December 16th, 2024, and I am in the boat in Fort Pierce, and it's like 11 p.m. and about an hour ago, I got home from Fort Lauderdale today. I went out to Fort Lauderdale. So something that you guys have heard me talk about for quite some time on the first boat, the Hatteras, and now the Broward, I really have always wanted a water maker. A water maker is just, having a water maker is huge. I've always wanted a water maker. I've done tons and tons of research. And today, Seawater Pro gave me a tour of their facility in Fort Lauderdale today. Let me just tell you, these guys were so cool. I didn't realize this, but they do everything in-house. But I've got literally one of the best water makers you can get. So I want to walk you guys through this real quick, and then we're going to do the whole installation. We're going to test it. And frankly, you're going to see me use this water maker for this whole season. I mean, I'm going to be out in the Bahamas. This is what we're looking at. I was fortunate enough to get the stainless steel membranes. This is the 40 gallon per hour system. Seawater Pro offers a variety of systems. They even offer a portable system. But right now, we're going to talk about what I got. I got the 40 gallon per hour dual membrane in stainless steel, 120 or 220 volt AC water maker system. So here it is. These are the membranes. I opted for the remote panel, the big panel. They recently started offering the setup with a smaller panel that just consists of the boost pump switch and the main pump switch. Your pressure regulator is actually located on the membrane. And I believe the flow meter on that version is digital. However, I opted in for this because I have the space. And frankly, I like the way it looks. Obviously, it's packed up in the box right now, so this is just kind of the intro to what we're dealing with. But this is the motor for the high pressure pump. The high pressure pump head gets bolted to the motor. Membranes, remote panel. This is a automatic flush valve. So after you make water, and if your water maker's been sitting for a while, you want to run fresh water through your membranes to keep them healthy, to keep them clean. So right now it's late, but I'm thinking I'm gonna go downstairs and just kind of start planning out where everything's gonna go. What I really like about this setup is that I can put everything in a different location. I can put the membranes up on the outer bulkhead where I want them. I can mount the panel wherever I want it. I can mount the pre-filter housings and the flush filter wherever I want and where it's easy to access the filters for changing them. So I might as well just bring this stuff down to the engine room and start digging in. I'm down in the engine room now. It's a little noisy down here because I've got the air conditioning pumps going, but this is what I am thinking. I am thinking I want to mount the membranes right here on this port side on the inside. I have some structural support I can screw into here, and then I have another one here, and I think it's gonna work perfect to have the membranes vertical side by side. Not to mention, I have freshwater access right up here. This is gonna give me a chance to clean up a lot of this plumbing that's operational, but I just haven't cleaned up yet. So they fit pretty good over here, but I'm gonna have to do a little bit of plumbing modifications to get them exactly where I want them. I want them
sort of up high. I think I'm gonna get a good night's sleep tonight, and I'll continue on this project tomorrow. I'm excited. I can't wait to set this thing up. We are back, reporting to you live. Well, not exactly live for you guys, but from right outside the engine room in the Broward. First things first, I'm going to mount my nice, beautiful stainless steel high pressure pump to the motor. And this should be pretty straightforward, so here we go. Well, that was about as easy as it gets. So I'm gonna pull this plug out now. The instructions, by the way, Seawater Pro's instructions are top notch. I mean, they send you a very nice book, waterproof paper. So there's everything you need's in here. And the instructions said that the pump is pre-filled with oil, so, which it definitely is. I can see the oil in there. So all you have to do is install the dipstick. Look at that. Actually, we can verify she's at the proper level. Oh yeah, she's perfect. Couple days have gone by. I was super busy working on other stuff on the boat, which you will also see in this video. But it is time to start mounting everything for the Watermaker. Right now it's December 22nd, 2024, and I'm heading south out of Fort Pierce soon. So, last night I screwed these up here, and they're solid, but I've decided that I want to use some starboard and really mount them very, very nicely. Even though they wouldn't go anywhere right now. It's just the better way to do it. So what I'm gonna do here is take some measurements, cut my starboard to size, and then do some mounting. And then I'll mount my filters. All right, these things are mounted. I mean, they are not even, they can't move at all if they wanted to. So what I ended up doing is I cut that longer and I'll mount the filter housings there. And I actually think I'll be able to fit all 3 filter housings right there. All right, so I figured out where I'm gonna mount everything filter-wise. I'm also gonna make some other upgrades while I'm in there. But right now I'm gonna put all the mounting fixtures on here, and I'll show you that, and then I'm gonna get them installed, and then we'll chime back.
Air conditioning system. I'm halfway through the Watermaker installation, and while I'm over here, I decided it's time to redo all this plumbing for two reasons. A, this chiller is out of the equation for right now. It's broken. Fortunately, the boat can run off one chiller. That chiller still works good, but there's leaks everywhere. Like, look at this, where the main pipe enters the pump. Look at that. It's tobacked. This is all loose. Everything's loose. Look at this. That's like breaking out of there. So I'm gonna take this chiller out of the equation for right now until I can fix it and simplify this entire system just to make it work so much better and not leak anywhere. All right, multiple hours later. This is the pile of junk that I ripped out of here. Just a whole lot of junk. It works so much better now. It's simplified. I deleted the chiller that is not working. So now water is only going through the working chiller and it works spectacularly. But I exposed this beautiful shelf. I don't know what was there. Something was there. You see that unit? I believe that's for the old stabilizer system. Some sort of something to do with the old stabilizers, I believe. But I'm gonna vacuum all this out and mount the pump here, mount the membranes here, and then I can start getting everything plumbed up. So what I just did right now is wired it up for 120 volts. They make it real easy with the diagram right there if you want to wire it for 120 or 240 single phase. I mounted my rubber isolator bushings on the bottom of it. They look pretty good. I had to trim the studs so that they didn't hit the inside of the motor. And then I've got the holes ready over there. Drilled them out, got some old broken bolts out. All right, so right now I am getting ready to make a mounting panel for the Seawater Pro control/monitor panel. Seawater Pro did a really nice job with this panel, but they actually offer a model now where you don't need the remote panel. The regulator is on the membrane for both the single and the dual membrane setups. I opted for the panel just because it's like kind of fancy. You get it up on the, looks good. And for me, I'm going to be mounting them close, so running the extra lines is not a huge deal for me. So what I did was I went to West Marine, I bought a piece of starboard, and I just started marking it up, but I'm going to make a nice backer, cut the center out, leave a 1/2 inch on either side so I can mount this and make it look really clean. Alrighty, I think we're in business with this. I had to notch for the regulator a little. Should be pretty perfect though. I guess we need acetone to get the Sharpie off. Paint thinner is not gonna cut it. When in doubt, acetone it out. Here's our panel. That's the brine line. Get that wire. That's the TDS sensor to measure parts per million in the water. All right, she should fall right in there. Perfect. Dynamite. All right, so I'm back in the engine room. I mounted the boost pump. I didn't use the boost pump that it came with because my setup's a little different. Sorry about the air conditioning noise. This is not a gravity feed sea chest, so you need to suck. And that pump is capable of sucking. It's a diaphragm pump versus the other one's a jet pump. So I needed to use this. So what I'm gonna do right here, right now, is clean up some of this old plumbing because I need to make another tap into this drain line for the brine to drain. So I'm gonna cut it back there, replace this section of hose, leave this inlet to the pipe, and then add another one with this PVC-T. Actually, it's gonna be the other PVC-T. This PVC-T. Same difference, it's threaded. It'll go right on, I'll glue it in place. I'll shorten that PVC up there so that the hose can get routed neater. And then I'll run some of the other stuff behind where it is now. It should look better. I will consult back when that is done. Alrighty, so I've gone ahead and done exactly what my plan was. Replaced this hose, added an extra T for the brine, and then that's where that other drain line went. Instead of being just wedged into the pipe, now it's at least got a correct fitting. Need to change that hose clamp. That's all I had for now. I'll go out tomorrow and get some more. Came out nice. This is the setup for the saltwater side of the Watermaker. This is the pump for the forward head, and I'm using the same through hole on the sea chest as that. This is going to be the takeoff for the Watermaker. Nice and mounted. I put a check valve there, so under no circumstance could the low pressure pump for the Watermaker suck back from the head pump, even though I think there's a check valve built into that. This is a regulator to tone down the pressure, because this pump puts out 45 psi. That's when the pressure switch deactivates. So I'm gonna tone it down to like 15 or 20. Seawater Pro recommends 15. This is gonna be the input to the filters. Up there, that blue line is the output of the filters into the high pressure pump. And then the high pressure output goes into the membrane, comes down through the high pressure crossover, up there. Now what I'm gonna do is over here is where the flush side of the Watermaker is. So fresh water comes in from your freshwater tank here. Right here is the water input to the air conditioning system so that you can add water because it's a tempered water system. So this has water pressure, so you turn this valve and you effectively add pressure to the air conditioning loop. So I'll take this half MPT fitting out of this valve, put a T here, put another ball valve for flushing, and then reconnect this line. And that'll be my fresh water tap. It's coming together. So I'll do that fresh water tie-in and then we'll report back. Just like that, she's all done. There's my new valve. There's the AC valve to add water to the AC. And this Now we've got freshwater tap, which is gonna go right over there. Sweet! All right, so before I proceed with any more of the plumbing, what I'm gonna do is set up the wiring. So as you saw earlier, I set the motor up for 120 volts. I have 120 volts right here and nice thick wires going to the air compressor. I'm gonna tap off of this circuit for now, and we should be good to go. The boost pump's 120 volts, so I will run this wire to right around here where the panel's gonna sit, and then from there to the breakers on the panel, and then bring the boost pump wires up. And then I'll mount the panel, probably just temporarily for now, till I figure out exactly where all the plumbing is gonna go. Alrighty, and just like that, we're all wired up. So boost pump wire, high pressure pump wire, and then main power wire. What I did here was I left the hot wires open. They're gonna go on the breakers. That is the hot, and then this is hot for the high pressure pump, and then this is hot for the boost pump. Tied the grounds together, and that's gonna go get grounded at the compressor. Tied the neutrals together, that's gonna get neutraled at the compressor. And then this hot is coming from the compressor. So this is all mounted very firmly. I ended up just screwing it right in. It's pretty perfect. It's strong. It's actually really strong. That was one of my concerns, is how I was gonna mount that. It ended up being really easy. So yeah, she's coming together. Pretty much after this, it's just the plumbing, and then it's good to go. Put the filters in, fire it up. Alrighty, so right now, the Seawater Pro Watermaker is in action, ready to rip. I've got it all set up. I want to give you a quick overview of the system because my specific install might have made it look complicated, but it's really not complicated at all. So here's the major components. You have a high pressure pump. You have a low pressure pump, which sucks seawater in and feeds the system. You have the control panel, which if you opt for the control panel, but you can also get the model without the control panel. And that model still displays all the data that you need. These are the membranes, and these are the pre-filters. And back there is the carbon filter that filters the fresh water that you use to flush the system. These are check valves. There's another check valve over there. Right here is where you feed the system with fresh water to flush it. And then the panel, you control it. So let's boot it up so I can show you guys. Oh wait, I forgot one major part. From the Watermaker, looking right over here to the engine room entrance, you have the supply line. So this comes out of the membrane and supplies your fresh, clean water. One thing I will note is that you should bypass the first minute or two of water. Don't plumb that first minute or two into your tank. It won't be totally pure. Right here is where I'm plumbing it into my tank. This is where a pressure level sender, once connected, goes right into the tank. It's perfect. This is the gauge for that pressure level sender that once existed, but this gauge piece is junk now. So I'm just gonna let some water go into the bilge and show you how this thing works. Check it out. Let's boot her up. One thing is there's always a little air in this line until it gets going. It's my fresh water pump kicked on. All right, so we're gonna kick the boost pump on right now. Boost pump's gonna surge until I turn the high pressure pump on. Let's turn the high pressure pump on. High pressure pump is on. We are building pressure. I set the regulator to 800 PSI. It'll slowly come up. I'm still sucking some air. It'll clear itself up pretty quick, but you can see that the high pressure pump is coming up to 800. If you come over here, Oh, I'm dumping it everywhere. That's fresh, clean water from the Watermaker. Fresh and clean. Let's let that go down in here. Into the bilge, or I can pump her out. I just made a little bit of a mess. Little Bobby Andrew will crank her down just a hair. Right now we're making about 35 gallons an hour. She's looking good. Wow. So, let me explain what's going on here. We are sucking seawater through this blue tube via the diaphragm pump. That water is getting pumped at 15 psi into this filter housing, where it goes through a 20 micron filter and then a 5 micron filter, preparing it to go into the high pressure pump, where it gets turned into 800 psi of high pressure water that goes right into the top of the membrane. It comes through the membrane, loops around here, comes back up this membrane, where it connects to the panel, high pressure gauge, and the regulator, where you control the pressure. All of the extra pressure is sent overboard through the brine line, which, as you remember, I plumbed right into one of the boat's existing drains. The product water is in the center of the membranes. It loops around this membrane, comes back up, and then this white line right here is your product water. It goes into the TDS meter, into the flow meter, out of the flow meter, and down into the tank. The only part of the system that I didn't just talk about is the flushing side. Right here is fresh water supply. It goes into the carbon filter over here when you're flushing through the carbon filter, and then pumps it through the whole system. Right now, we'll click our TDS meter on. We're making 189 ppm water. That is extremely, extremely clean water.
That's way cleaner water than you would even see coming out of your faucet in your house. City water. Guys, this Seawater Pro Watermaker is an absolute machine. It is working flawlessly. No leaks upon install. Just a quality unit. Not to mention, Seawater Pro's customer service, it's top notch. There's no calling with nobody gets back to you. These guys are on top of it. If you need help, they are there to help you, guaranteed.
If any of you need a water maker for your boat or are thinking about it, I highly encourage you to go to the Seawater Pro Watermaker. I'll have their link in the description.
I'll have a discount code for you to use. They're way more affordable than any other water maker, and they are so high quality.
It's literally a no-brainer. Just awesome, awesome stuff.
Be sure to check out Seawater Pro. Thank you again to Seawater Pro. You guys are awesome. I've been to their facility twice now. Just an awesome place.
These guys are the real deal. Just a quality unit, guys. Look at this. We are producing awesome, clean. This is awesome, clean water. This is literally...
Tastes like nothing. It literally tastes like nothing. Let's look at our ppm again.
188. That is so clean. So freaking clean. System is operating perfectly.
Well, that's it for now on the Watermaker, but you are gonna see me use this thing so often in the Bahamas. I will keep updating you how it's working.
That thing's cranking right away. I could be plumbing that right into my tank right now. Just like that, we're filling up my water tank as we speak. I did want to show you guys one more thing real quick. I just shut the Watermaker off, and I want to show you how easy it is to flush. So the system comes with an electric valve that can supply this thing with water on a time basis, depending on what you want to do. But the way that I have it set up is just on a ball valve. So we're gonna turn this on, and now we're flushing the system. So I'm gonna let this thing flush with fresh water now that I used it a little bit. Let it flush for a couple minutes, shut that off, and we'll be good to go for the next time I need water. Seawater Pro, guys, check them out. The link is in the description along with a discount code. I love this thing. I can't wait to keep showing you how it works. Supplying me with fresh and clean, the purest water out of seawater in the Bahamas. Let's go. So I have yet another super exciting installation here. As you can see above me, I have the main salon AC intake duct down. Well, just the grate for it. But that's because I just installed something pretty cool. I actually read this one in the comments, among other things that I have also fixed within the last couple days. But this one's awesome. Airlock. So for those of you that don't know what airlock is, it's that unit right there. So what do these things do? Airlock is a marine grade air purification system primarily designed for boats and RVs. It uses advanced ionization technology to eliminate mold, bacteria, dust, allergens, among other things. Each airlock device releases millions of polarized ions into the air. The ions attach to the particles in the air, effectively neutralizing them, causing them to clump together, and then they fall out of the air. It's a lot easier to clean a surface than it is to scrub the air. You can't scrub the air. So you're effectively cleaning the air in your boat or RV using your existing HVAC system. Each airlock device gets installed on the intake side of your HVAC system, making installation extremely easy, almost no power consumption for each device. And it actually works. Airlock's not paying me to do this. I heard about Airlock on the web, really wanted to try it out. Boats always smell, they have boat smells. I had a bunch of friends coming down for the annual friends trip, and I said I need to install some of these airlocks in the boat. So Airlock sent me enough devices to outfit my entire boat with ionizers, and I have to say, they work. Hospitals use this advanced air ionization technology to purify their air, and I'm fairly certain that's where the inspiration for Airlock came from. So in this section of the video, I'm going to show you guys how I install them into my boat, how easy they are to install, and I can't share the actual smell effectiveness through the camera. You'll have to take my word for it and try your own. There'll be a link in the description where you can get your own airlock devices with a discount. But for now, check out the installation. Here we go. It says that one airlock unit is good for almost 3,000 CFM worth of air. But this is a pretty big unit, and I wanted to use just one, but then I noticed that it actually sucks from that side and that side. So I decided to go with 2 airlock units. I'm almost wrapped up the installation here, and basically they're powered anything from 100 to 220 or 240 volts AC. You can plumb right into these things. So I tapped off of the 120 volt constant power whenever the fan is on, but I also added a switch. So they sent me 7 of these units. Originally I was going to put 1 in each air handler because there's 7 air handlers on the boat. There's this one, aft salon, pilot house, galley, and then another one in the galley that also services the forward stateroom. Oh yeah, I also got new air filters for the main engines. That was one of the other comments that I was talking about. Replace the air filters. Also the belt guards. And I pulled all the strings out of my hoodies. Well, not all of them, but my engine room working hoodies I pulled the strings out of. So yeah, airlocks are going in, got a lot of work happening. But right now, look at these vents. They are disgusting. They're just dust. They're totally nasty. So I went to Harbor Freight, bought an electric pressure washer. I'm gonna bring them outside, pressure wash them, and they'll look a whole lot better than that. Look, this is the duct out of the master. It is disgusting. I figured while I'm doing all the cleaning with the little pressure washer, I might as well get them all. Whew. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, so right now I am standing in the starboard side guest stateroom aft in the boat down below. And what you're looking at right here is one of the air conditioning units. So basically the way this thing works is the chiller unit in the engine room pumps cold or hot water, depending on whether you're using cooling or heating mode, throughout the boat and to the air handlers. And all this unit is a fan that's ducted to blow through this radiator, essentially. It's a water coil. The coil gets cold or hot, the air blows through it, and in turn you get your heated or cooled air. So I showed you that I installed the airlocks upstairs. It's been a couple days. It's definitely making a difference in the smell of the boat. So before, if I had the air conditioning off, I'd leave the fans running still, you know, just to keep the air moving in the boat. Because boats get boaty. They get boat smelly. I mean, any of you that have boats know exactly what I'm talking about. So, especially you've got carpet up there, there's people walking around, there's shoes, sometimes it gets wet, you never know. It's just boat smells. So A, I know airlock is working. Definitely makes a difference. Now I'm gonna show you how to install them. They are so simple to install. Airlock. You wanna be gentle not to disturb the ion emitters. But basically this thing comes with a steel bar, and there's really nice neodymium magnets fastened to the back of this. So you can either use the double-sided sticky tape on this steel bar to stick it somewhere, and then the magnet will hold the airlock device there. Or you can just, in my case, this is all steel, so it's gonna magnet right here. This is literally perfect. I'm gonna put the airlock right there, and it's ideal. I mean, the air is getting sucked right by it. So like I mentioned earlier, all you do is connect this thing to power. So in my case here, I'm gonna do a little probing with my voltmeter. By the way, big shout out to Sam. He sent me this voltmeter and another Fluke, and I freaking love this thing. It's awesome. All right, so I've got 120 volts there between these two. And it's 120 volts no matter where this is at. That's perfect. So I want to connect my airlock right there. Now I'm gonna go shut the breaker off so that I'm not connecting this thing while power's flowing. All right, now I've got a little bit more light in here, so I shut the breaker off. The fan is no longer on. Now let's do some connecting. Airlock really makes it super, super easy to install these things. For something that's relatively inexpensive and makes such a difference in the boat, it's honestly a no-brainer. So hospitals use air ionizing technology. It's a quality means of purifying the air, to be honest. What I would normally do is cut these shorter and only use what I need, but there's a fuse, an inline fuse right here. So for that reason, I'm gonna leave the rest of the wire in here. All right, let me give you a little bit of a closer look. Right here is the neutral, that's the hot. It's so easy to install this airlock. So look, airflow, it's gonna be sucking air past the ionizers constantly. It's perfect. All right, cover's back on, airlock's right there. Oh, my light just went out again. I'm gonna go boot this thing up and we're gonna see her work. And there we go. Airlock is on and installed. All right, now I need to install one for here. All right, so before I go any further, this motor
Needs to be taken apart and lubricated or something, because it does not like to turn anymore. So while I'm taking the blower motor out of this blower assembly to try and fix it, I'd like to mention that the airlock units are maintenance free. You just install it, it's good to go. There's no refillables or anything like that. Unlike the blower motor here, which clearly needs some lubrication to work again. Alright, I've brought it down to my laboratory and I got the squirrel cage off. That was a little bit of a pain and I messed it up a little bit. That's alright. That's just one little fin. I did figure out how to get the motor apart. So what I'm gonna do now is pop the clips off this other half. Oh, there is no clips on this half. How the hell does this part come apart? Huh. Oh, I don't need to take it apart because I can pull it right out of this side. Oh. Well, that'll do it. That's a dry bearing. It's one dry bearing. Might be able to revive this thing.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you
I'm gonna have to drill these rivets out.
I was passing by.
Or grind them out or something.
Now I beg to see you dance just one more time.
Alright, we're getting a little in too deep now. Alright, here's the deal. I'm gonna try and put this motor back together. May or may not work, but I'm not gonna bore you with the interim of it, so wish me luck. Alright, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see anything in there, but oh, you kinda can. I was able to get it all apart, grease it, and then put it back together with screws that I found. Now I'll just grind the ends off the screws, put it back together, see if it works. I'm hopeful.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do it.
So somehow, some way, I was able to revive this thing. I probably should have taken this end apart too and greased it up, but I tested it before I put it back together. It's working. So now it's time to install my airlock.
You just beg to see me dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time.
So somehow, some way, I was able to fix it. The motor's doing good, not getting hot. Turns down. Turns up. The airlock is cranking right away. Looks good. Sweet! If any of you guys have a boat or RV and you want to try airlock, you can take advantage of this opportunity to get $30 off. Use code InTooDeep. Click the link in the description.
I have come to chew bubblegum and steal Gus's camera. I'm all out of bubblegum.
The ice cream thief is back.
Let's get right in the fridge.
What?
Where's the freaking ice cream?
I got rid of it all before you showed up.
Monstrous. That's it. I quit. How am I supposed to do a boat trip without ice cream?
Call an Uber.
Here goes nothing.
Good morning, good morning. All right, so right now, here is the game plan. I still haven't had my morning coffee yet, but today
Micah is here with me, and we are taking this vessel to Miami from Fort Pierce. Should be an awesome ride. Seemingly pretty calm out right now. I don't see much wind. We're gonna head offshore with the old girl, and we're bringing her to Miami. Wicked excited. So yesterday I did a mad boat shuffle, and I took my center console, my 17-foot Aquasport from my parents' house, brought it to Miami by trailer, drove the trailer all the way back here, loaded up my dinghy, my inflatable, because I'm gonna drop that off at my parents' house. I don't need that right now anymore. So I need to do that right now. They're about an hour from here. And then we're good to go. Micah! Micah! All right, we're leaving Fort Pierce. I've been here for a month, and I'm excited. I brought the center console to Miami yesterday. I just checked the oil on the mains. Let's get this whole thing booted up, shall we? All right, let's fire up the mains.
We got a ghost. It sounds like the Ghostbusters theme, like whenever they're in the firehouse.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's a runner. Stabilizers on, center, signal. K-Pack is reading mighty fine. Those zincs are putting in work. Steering, operable, thruster. Thruster, operable. AIS. Transmitting. For all you that were wondering where I was, well, you're gonna see me again. Cancel, backlight, auto. Alright, let's go open up the fly. Oh wow, I left that on the whole time. Locked my truck. Before we undo the big lines, the aft is still connected, right?
Yeah, and the ladder.
All right. Oh yeah, we got to do the ladder. Yep. Hey, can you come help me with this jet ski real quick?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna lift it and then just pull those blocks out, and then we're gonna try and scoot the whole thing forward so it's sitting in this mount nicely.
Okay, so what do you want me to do? You want me to put the
Pull those blocks out from under it. All right, ready? Yeah.
Captain, appreciate the courtesy. Are these okay to sit here though?
Alright guys, enjoy this wonderful Insta360 of us pulling out of Pelican Yacht Club at Fort Pierce, going to the fuel dock, fueling up, and then out the inlet. Let's go! Rainy, but not bad out. I just took on 1,200 gallons and we are leaving. What's up, brother? Pelican Yacht Club. Big recommendation. This place is freaking awesome, seriously. I had an amazing month here. The dockmaster is the man. There he is. Everyone else is awesome. This place, I can't say enough good things about Pelican Yacht Club, seriously. Hell yeah! The man! Thank you guys. Are we untied?
Yes, sir.
Off we go! We are underway, pulling out of Fort Pierce.
All lines and fenders accounted for, Captain.
Hell yeah, brother! Alright. Nice little power cap. Pulling out of Fort Pierce.
I must say, I really enjoyed it here. So the plan is stop in West Palm tonight and then straight to Miami from there.
See you later, Fort Pierce. All right, so we are out in the ocean. The rain quickly activated. Radar also activated simultaneously. And yeah, we're cruising.
Watching the little show of these things dancing. Yeah, watch them dance. Oh, yeah.
So Micah, I've got some questions for you.
No.
Where were you the night that the CEO of United Healthcare? So what do you think of the Broward compared to the Hatteras? This is your first time underboard.
This thing
or
is-
underway, on board.
This thing is freaking awesome. Yeah, no, huge miles difference. Stable as a sailboat.
That's coming from a sailor.
But Micah just said this power boat is awesome.
Is that even? No. You just put that on for the camera. It's a little bit of both,
I
probably.
wouldn't say I was happy about it.
Wow. It's nice out here. There's a nice swell, but just cruising right along. AC's on.
A little bit of Stephen King's The Mist for you, but
Yeah.
no dangerous creatures in this one.
No. I'm gonna shut the wipers off because we can't see anything anyhow, so we might as well not wear them out. We got the radar to tell us if we're gonna hit anything. Or if we have any ships coming.
Do you have an alarm on that?
No. You can set an alarm though.
Wish I had a radar.
I got two radars. That's the open array. The Ferrona works the best. I've got a brand new Garmin radar connected to that one. It works, but it's not as accurate, and the rain really affects it. Like if I booted it up right now, you would find that it has a lot of interference.
Careful now. Garmin might drop you as a sponsor.
I wish they sponsored me. You know how much all this crap costs? I guess it's working pretty good.
Looks fancier.
What's cool is that it overlays all the boats on AIS.
That is nice.
Well, the rain ended and we've got a little rainbow on the horizon. Little rainbow.
Single rainbow.
Rainbow. Nice little sport fish just cruised on by. Wow, it got beautiful quick, huh? I was sitting in the galley like, damn, we're getting a little tossed around. It seems to be settling down now. We are right off of St. Lucie. Literally, St. Lucie is right there. That's where that sport fish is going into. 5:30 p.m. right now. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad. I'm trying to cup the microphone with my hand. We are about 15 miles out of West Palm Beach. The sun just crested the horizon. It's going to be getting dark here. Ooh, I should turn the nav lights on. We're just hanging. It's nice. We're actually talking all about Micah's sailboat restoration and his electrical system. And I was over at Micah's boat yesterday, and his progress is simply astounding. It is amazing. So be sure to go check out Micah's channel on his sailboat restoration. Jack in the boat. His name's not Jack.
It's my middle name. Micah Jack. So I feel like I need to tell the story about why I go by that. So growing up, split parents. One called me Jack, one called me Micah. So I always grew up confused. And then also in Miami chartering, a lot of Spanish speakers have a hard time pronouncing Micah. Like it's pronounced Mika in Spanish. So everybody would say Mika, and I wouldn't even respond. It's not my name. Like it's Micah or Jack. I'll respond to either one of those. So I started just saying it's Jack, because everybody says Jack the same way. So I started getting used to when I'm chartering Jack. And then
I didn't know that.
So then I went up to the Hamptons to charter boats up there, working my ass off, by the way.
Yeah, because I remember in the same video I said I'm not a trust fund kid, because I'm definitely not. And then I said my friend's going to the Hamptons. There was a bunch of comments like, oh yeah, and your friend lives in the Hamptons. No, he's a charter boat captain in the Hamptons.
I was literally going up there for volunteer slavery. Like it was just non-stop 15-hour days for 4 months with 1 day a month off. Just non-stop. I make all my money in that 4-month period, and then I can just cruise and starve for the rest of the year. But yeah, so I went up there, and I was also introducing myself as Jack, and then people would see, you know, on the forms that they would sign for the bareboat charters that I was Micah Jack, you know, and they're like, well, which is it? Is it Micah or Jack? And then it started to become this big confusing thing, and then he started making fun of me for going by Jack, and I was like, oh,
I didn't even know that story.
Yeah.
So Micah's channel is Jack in the Boat, and I'm telling him to get on the YouTube videos because the quality of the restoration that he's doing to this boat is simply outrageous. I mean, I saw the boat when he got it, so to see what it looks like now, it's amazing. It really is amazing. It's freaking cool. So he's got a lot going on, and we were talking about his setup. He got a Balmar alternator on his brand new Beta Marine engine, which is a Kubota engine, and he's setting it up to charge his lithium house bank and the engine battery through Victron DC-to-DC converters. It's gonna be pretty cool setup, but Micah likes to keep it simple. And
because I'm an idiot.
no, you're not an idiot.
I just like simple Jack.
If you like all the technical stuff and if you like movie humor, he's your guy. Jack in the Boat.
You're gonna get a lot of movie references with me on my channel. Yeah. If you're a major cinephile, this is your place.
Oh man. So yeah, we'll be in West Palm Beach in like an hour and a half probably. We're gonna go pull up to the public town docks in West Palm Beach. It's gonna be cool. Alright, here we are in West Palm Beach. I don't know if you can see that boat right there, but that is a nice unit. InTooDeep just bought a half-sunken mega yacht. No, that one's not half-sunken, but that's the only way I could ever afford something like that. That one's got a helo on it. Dude, look at that freaking helicopter! That yacht has a helicopter on it. Holy crap, that is goals. Goals.
Is it the Freedom? Right in front of it. I think that's a classic yacht, Freedom. Mahogany plank.
Oh, there's one that comes to Southport that's like that, but much smaller. I can't believe that's got a helicopter. That is so freaking cool.
No, you know what that is? That's Johnny Depp's old boat.
No way.
Yep, that right there. That's oh shoot, what's the name? J.K. Rowling owned it too.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice classic. I bet you the inside's pretty modern though. That's a
Yeah.
cool boat, dude.
Johnny Depp.
It's a motor sailor.
Yeah. No, it's just for looks like it's just a motorboat, but it's just classic because Johnny Depp is bougie like that, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is his boat.
I have the same birthday as Johnny Depp. There's some nice boats here. So we're pulling up to the West Palm Beach town docks. Texted the dock master, and we are good to go get some dinner. We're gonna go to Rocco's Tacos. What do you think, Micah? Rocco's Tacos, Mexicano, 2 nights in a row. They have good margaritas. All right. All right, I just called the Flagler Memorial Bridge. They're opening at 7:45. Right now it is 7:43 p.m. And right after this bridge, public docks are about half a mile up, maybe 3/4 of a mile up on our starboard side. We're gonna do a starboard side tie on the north side of the dock. Micah's down there setting everything up. Hell yeah. Thank you very much, Flagler Memorial.
That's a rocket ship there. Catamaran.
Oh wow, that's a fast catamaran. Big marina here.
You're welcome, Captain. Have a good evening.
And the ship has landed. We are on the dock in West Palm Beach. Shut these old girls down. This place is popping as always. Perfecto. Stabilizers off. Pilot house lights on. Garmin off. Oh yeah, we are looking mighty fine. Look at that. If you want, Micah, let's bring it back like three feet, and we can actually, no, I know what we'll do. We'll run the line across.
We'll bring it back on the dock?
No, we're good right here. I'm gonna run this line across to the other side now that we're on land. Perfect. Wow, I can't wait to go walk around here. Oh my gosh. Good morning from West Palm Beach, Florida. The public town docks. We had fun last night. Good morning, Micah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was clear you're not allowed to talk to me until after the first coffee. That's good.
What do you do?
It was freaking great last night. I've actually never been to this part of West Palm. I always heard that there was 2 West Palms. There's like a industrial West Palm and a fancy West Palm. And when people said West Palm is so cool and fancy and awesome, I was always like, what are you guys talking about? It's just a boatyard and like, you know, a McDonald's. Like,
Now Micah has been to Clematis Street. We're gonna take a quick trip down to the engine room where I'm going to check the level of the engine oil, and then we're gonna get on our way. Genset runs like a freaking top, let me tell you. If it weren't for our friend Northern Lights, we would not have lights. You ready for a fire up, Micah?
yep.
Let's do it.
autopilot. Verono. Garmin. I love Verono's picture. I want to get Garmin to do a nice, oh, if I could make the boat appear, that would be sick. VHF. Stabilizers on. Stabilizers centered. Signal bypass on. We're looking good. I'd take the bow off, and then spring line, and then hop on the swim deck real quick.
Okay.
Let me know when we're ready to go, and we'll be out of here.
All right, ready to go?
Sweet. I'm ready. Sweet. You're off.
Coming to you on a dusty road. Good loving, I've got a trouble load. And when you get it, you got some. So don't worry, 'cause I'm coming. I'm a soul man.
So we just left West Palm Beach and I get a call on the radio from someone and they say, hey, InTooDeep, we love the channel. And it turns out it was some people on a 72-foot Hatteras named Desperado. Super cool. There was one person on the radio that had reached out and said that it sounded like a girl and she was from a different YouTube channel. I didn't really catch what she said. Shayla from Shayla V or something? Something like that?
Yeah, Shea La Vie, I just found them.
Oh, you found him?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
I'll go to the whole channel.
Oh shit. Wow. So here is our trajectory for today. We are underway in the Intracoastal heading north to come out of Lake Worth Inlet, Palm Beach, West Palm Beach Inlet, and we are heading straight to Miami. I was somehow, some way able to secure a slip at Miami Beach Marina. The anchorage in Miami is doable still, but it's not,
Micah, we've never heard Micah's words on the anchorage situation.
So the whole reason people are living on their sailboats for the most part is because they're very independent people. So like they don't do group activities super well, other than just Christmas or getting together for a bite. But so whenever we tried to get together and strategize and plan, it always seemed to turn into let's protest instead of let's just sit down one-on-one and see what they really want. And then when I did that with one of the commissioners to see what they really wanted, it was very clear that there was no working with this guy, and that was it. His goal was to shut down the anchorage, to clear it out. So I told everybody that, and then from there it was just kind of anarchy. Everybody was just like, well, it doesn't matter what we do because it's not going to get any better. So they kind of lost hope, and then then all the yelling and screaming, and it got worse and worse and worse. And I don't think it was ever going to work. I don't think the city was ever really going to work with us. So it's not anybody's one person's fault. It's just a bum deal. But it would be cool if like Miami Beach did some kind of registry or something for like active cruisers. You could sign up, for an association, and then anybody with that association could, around the world be a little bit more like, oh, like they do this amount of miles a year, so it's,
Yeah, right? If you came from long and far like we did, you should be able to...
Yeah.
you should be able to anchor your boat for a little bit and then land legally and then move on.
Because it is a shame to watch people coming from Canada thinking they could go to Miami Beach for a bite to eat and grocery shopping and then like be turned away by really nice police officers, honestly, just doing their jobs.
Yeah.
But people walk and ask, like, hey, where's the nearest place we can land? And they're just like, sorry, there isn't one in all of Miami Beach, which is just unreasonable.
Like this guy on the Hunter 34.
All right, here we come.
Look at these. That one's got a beautiful IO vessel sitting right there. How do they even get that off of the deck? That's insane.
It's really supposed to be removed or something.
I wonder if that whole thing slides out.
Oh, you can see the little notches.
Oh, that's the crane arms. Yep.
Just go straight out. That's crazy.
That's insane. Holy, all right, so these are the two vessels in question. Micah likes Arriva. Are you sure that's the boat you're thinking of?
Yes, 100%.
All right. Arriva is worth, what, 70 million?
It said it sold at one point for 75 million.
Holy crap.
Previous owners include Johnny Depp and J.K. Rowling, so
Jeez, he's
you're
an
in good
author,
company if you vote Arriva.
J.K. Rowling's the author?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
You
yeah.
uncultured swine.
I wasn't into movies and more, books, movies. And this is what I'm after. I like air. I don't know who owns it and I don't know how much it's worth, but there's a coffee table sitting right there. Dude, you're gonna tell me in a helicopter on the back, you're gonna tell, it's a feed ship, dude. It's probably worth more than that. It's a feed ship. That boat is so sick. That is literally the pinnacle of boating. That is a luxury liner right there. Look at that thing. It is beautiful. Oh my lordy. That thing is a absolute vessel. Helicopter. Dude, that thing is sick. That's my dream boat.
Alright, the 265-foot Motor Yacht Air by the Dutch Shipyard Feed Ship offers flexible accommodation for up to 12 guests, 7 cabins. 925. Wait, is that right? No way.
925 million?
No, 925,000. That's not right.
No way!
It says euros though, so
No.
yeah, that can't be right.
Maybe a night to stay on it.
Oh, that's probably what it is. Yeah.
Look at the anchorage in Lake Worth. The Lake Worth anchorage is just a hoppin' place to be. Holy crap. I'm actually kind of sad that I'm going to the marina. I love being on anchor because you can just jump off the boat into the water. It's kind of nice. That feed ship is worth $627 million. $627 million.
That's pretty nice.
Palm Beach Inlet. We are steaming.
Tropical, channel 16. Tropical,
I see you prepare for worse, and then you're like, oh shit, that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
These are nice waves. The boat just eats them. It's crazy. It probably doesn't look like nice waves on the camera though.
We lost something. Have to put that back when it's a little calmer.
We're about 50 miles out of Miami right now. I don't know if you can tell by the camera, but it's a little bit choppy out here today. Not terrible, but choppy. But we are making way. We should be in there around 5 o'clock. All right, so we're out in the ocean. It's a little choppy out here today.
Confirmed.
Micah just filled 5-gallon buckets of puke. And, no, I'm just kidding.
Ask me where I found the puke.
We're going to we decided we're gonna go into Port Everglades, so I just turned us. Port Everglades is right there. This is a really nice section of ICW. Not to mention, we've really already passed most of the bridges, so we'll have a couple bridges to go through, but dude, we could even stop at La Tub for dinner if we wanted to. You know La Tub? La Tub.
Isn't that like
La Tub.
right on ICW there?
Right on the ICW.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'm eating some seaweed. Seaweed! We're coming into Port Everglades. We're gonna hop in the ICW. We'll come right through Hollywood. I'll see if I can get a nice time lapse actually of us coming through there because it is a cool freaking area. The stabilizers are absolutely putting in work right now. Look at these waves as they go by. It's hard to really show what the waves look like. But we have them directly on the mainland. We're about to turn into Port Everglades. They're big, they're massive. We're just bobbing and weaving. Well, we're like a dinghy compared to this thing. Their lifeboats look like they're 40 feet long. Those things could probably flip upside down and be fine. That cruise ship's got a nice paint job. Port Everglades. That thing's sick. At this very moment, we are waiting at the Dania Beach Boulevard Bridge in Port Everglades. We might even be in, oh no, we're in Dania Beach, I guess.
No, I just woke up.
So, yeah, we're
Inbound at the Riverside Hotel.
we're about to come through my favorite part of the ICW here. It's so awesome. Hollywood. All right, so right now we're waiting at the Sheridan Street Bridge and we're about to come through Hollywood. So they're about to open the bridge and we're gonna have a time lapse of my favorite part of the ICW here. Hollywood, Florida into Miami.
I got what I got the whole way. I got to make it better each and every day. So, honey, but don't you fret, 'cause you ain't seen nothing at all. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. Look, I was brought up on a side street. Look ahead, I learned how to love before I could eat. I was educated at Woodstock. When I started loving, I can't stop. I'm a soul
Absolute paradise. I love this so much. So awesome. I'm getting radar blasted right now. You look like a yacht captain. This is pretty much pulling into Miami. We're in Aventura right now. So cool. We have made it to Miami Beach. So I'm gonna come through the Venetian Causeway over here, or we're gonna come through the Venetian Causeway over here. This is where Micah lived for many, many years of his life on Anchor. And I was on the other side. We are going to Miami Beach Marina. I'll set up a time lapse getting in there. We're a couple miles out, but should be a nice little docking sesh. Miami Beach, here we come.
All right, so I just woke up. We spent the night at Miami Beach Marina.
Micah is leaving today. Micah,
Leave
this was a fun trip.
It was, man. Thank you for inviting me. Really
Hell
appreciate
yeah.
it.
Hell yeah.
Good trip, good trip.
So we're at some super mega bougie bouge over here.
Immediately following this video clip, Micah and I hopped on a Brightline train to bring us back up to Central Florida so that I could get my truck and drop him off at Indiantown where he's working on his sailboat, and then for me to bring my truck down to Miami so that I could use it to finish up some boat projects that I had. Well, the Brightline train didn't get us to our destination. This happened. My Brightline train literally just crashed. Holy crap. We just passed a cargo train. We could have just died. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Once they've completed their assessment and cleared us for movement, we'll be able to proceed.
Holy crap. Jesus
It's fine.
Are you guys alright? Oh my god.
You better stay right there. So you just stand up here.
Okay, sweetheart. It's okay.
Holy crap. Ouch. I'm standing here with the mayor. Mayor of, what city are we in? Delray Beach. Fortunately, nobody was killed. There's a couple critically injured. I'm minorly injured. Yeah, that's a fire truck. Wonder if I can zoom in. That's the fire truck that we hit.
Hello, Officer Lopez.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
And ouch, my knee is messed up. But I was in the car all the way in the front, first one to hit. All the windows were shattered. Pretty insane. Smashed my knees. Oh, spilled coffee all over myself. Look at my knee. Thing's fucking swole. Ouch.
We go to Delray Beach here, where 15 people were hurt, including 3 firefighters after this. A Brightline train crashed right into a city fire truck. Brightline is now responding to the wreck. They posted this video you're looking at here on their social media, showing that fire truck past the guardrails, right in the path of that speeding train. The crash led to delays and cancellations all throughout the day for the private rail company. CBS News Miami's Steve Jackery joins us live from Delray Medical Center, where the victims were sent. Steve, do we know why the fire truck was on these tracks to begin with?
Well, that is the whole crux of this whole investigation, Terry. Officials are trying to find out why that fire truck was on there. It is still under investigation, but that fire truck was completely destroyed by this wreck. As you can see on that video, the truck was going past the tracks while the guardrails are down, and this is that video being shown once again. It was slowed down and stopped right before the collision. It's been released by Brightline. Witnesses say that it sounded like a building was collapsing. 3 firefighters and 12 passengers have been taken to the hospital. We're told that the passengers suffered minor injuries. Now police, Brightline, and the NTSB are investigating this. The crash happened yesterday morning near East Atlantic Avenue and Southeast 1st Avenue, and we had spoke to several people who were nearby when this crash happened.
All of a sudden we heard this incredibly destructive sound. It almost sounded, honestly, like a building was collapsing.
I heard it sounded like a building was falling. It crashed, and it was like kaboom.
And Brightline did release a statement about this, saying that railroad safety is a community-wide effort and that you should never drive past tracks when the guardrails are down.
This is our crew briefing.
Oh, give me this thing. Give me this.
All right, Captain. We need your face in it.
Oh, this thing's pretty cool.
All right, we're going out on a boat ride, as you can see. And so like I was telling Jaden yesterday, most important thing is that aft line. When we come back in the slip, we can't let the boat go this way. I'll get it in here and we'll be solid. Right now we have a nice current that's flowing this way. So when we disconnect the lines, we're gonna go backwards. So the last lines to disconnect is gonna be in the aft, the one that's going this way, holding us from moving this way. And then the next line is the spring line that's going forward. On that line, ready to disconnect it. And then someone on the aft lines, and then you guys will be able to catch lines. We'll bring the ladder in and we'll skedaddle on out of here. Once we get out, you just disconnect the lines from the cleats, put them all up on the bow, and bring the fenders in. We're solid. All right.
I really wish we got a video of the bells. The engine bell's my favorite part.
Yeah. Whatever that guy is, the hotel sucks. I usually put this right in the aft.
Okay. You said you might just leave it here, though?
I don't know if that's allowed for YouTube, putting it right in the aft.
We could probably
right over his
You
head.
didn't think that was very funny.
Too serious right now. This is serious
Putting
stuff.
it in the aft.
A little late, but it worked. Favorable direction.
Ron, have you told the girls what their role is yet? Do you guys know what your role is?
To sit and watch.
Perfect.
Like this.
Little show of power disconnect. Toss the breaker. Ron, what would you like to say to all of Gus's followers at this time?
This guy's an animal.
I was more looking for a message to the followers about how he is like the best following of any YouTuber ever.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
They really are.
I don't have sea legs as you can
I love
see.
going through the comments and reading like all the amazing things that people say, and like people like really take watching his videos very serious and get really into it. And like so many people find like great connections with it too. Like my favorite one was this guy commented that he was living vicariously through Gus because due to health, like he can't do things like this, and he makes it really happy to watch
I
the
experienced
videos.
that firsthand. I couldn't walk because I broke my spine. I spent most of my time watching Gus's videos. It was awesome.
All your time watching this.
All of it.
And here you are because of it. Well, you went from watching Gus's videos to now you're in the video.
How we doing? How you doing?
How we looking there, Jaden?
Oh, I think we got it. A couple things to do and then we'll be...
Couple things to do.
Gus has instructed me to take this bow line and put it on top of the pole. I think this is what he meant.
We'll be lucky if that's there when we get back. Here's what I did on my side, because he wants to leave the lines, make it easier to tie up. Put a good old quick release poop loop in there, grab that baby, pull it up, good to go.
I think I did this wrong.
We'll have to ask Gus.
Flight attendants all call. Prepare arm doors and prepare for cross check.
See how George is doing back here. How are we doing back here, George?
Pretty good. This one's disconnected. All right.
Stern starboard gone. Spring line.
Hop on.
I actually don't know what that was.
Good.
Batten down the hatches. Batten down the hatches.
Get ready to read the book. Girls are reading books.
Takes his job very serious.
Very.
That's a good skipper.
I don't know, guys. Head to Temu and get yourself a couple deckhands. These ones turned out pretty good.
Bow thruster's ripping. Look at the cap spin this thing. Operator. He's got a serious look on his face. Gus is an incredible operator, and you can't mess with him when he's operating. He takes it very serious.
He's great.
This is so cool.
were going through a channel and we lost an engine right as a huge barge was coming through. No one even knew until it was all said and done, and Gus goes, oh yeah, by the way, we just lost steering and an engine when we passed that giant boat, and we're like, damn, we all could have died. But he held it together.
Qualified captain.
That was fun. I wish we were videoing for that. Freaking busy in here right now. We're just trying to chase the sunset. You need an intercom on this boat. We're trying to call Paul because we all just realized nobody has seen Paul. And we got Paul.
Paul's asleep.
Oh, he's asleep.
He's holding down the fort, making sure the bed is nice and comfy for now.
Keeping the bed warm.
Yeah, keeping the mattress weighed down.
I can't believe we didn't know if we had him or not.
Party Paul.
Party hardy Paul. Wow, that thing rips. Sabrina, are you cold? How can you tell? How we doing, Kev? What line were you in charge of?
The back.
Starboard.
We all had
aft.
our own lines, you know what I mean? So
you held it down though.
It worked out well, yeah.
Cap was saying you're getting a gold star on your boat on the board.
Added some collection, you know.
Look at how blue this water is. That's crazy. What? I think Shaq's house is like right over there.
I have heard that Shaq's house is over here. Yeah, which one is it?
Probably the biggest one.
I think he's 2 to the left, but that's a nice
Isn't that
house.
one that got like rebuilt recently? Because
Yeah,
we were here 2 years ago and it was like under construction.
We were going for lobsters along the wall.
Yeah, we dove for lobsters right outside Shaq's house.
Look at this infinity pool that goes the whole way across.
That is insane.
That's insane. It goes all the way from one side of the property to the other.
I think that's Ron's uncle's house.
Ron, that's your uncle's
Jet
house.
ski business is really paying off.
Where is he?
Alright, down here in the mess hall, captain called down, let us know it's almost time to anchor. So we're heading out. Oh, this thing got a whoa! That's a bright light. I'm gonna go overboard with that thing. It's time to anchor. So we're gonna show you guys what he's talking about. It's some good B-roll.
Let's see if we grab it a little bit. Keep going.
Oh, she's grabbing.
That was you running the chain the whole
She's
time? I thought he was running it from up there. I just did not know. That's pretty cool. Never post the feet for free. We're gonna have to cut that out, blur that, and post. So can you tell people what actually is going on here?
So we just anchored in Biscayne Bay, and we're gonna spend the night. We're gonna hang out and just enjoy, you know, probably do some barbecuing. And we have a beautiful view of the city. I don't know if you can see it through the camera.
I got a shot while I was out there. Cute.
We're not on the dock, which is nice. We're in a desolate anchorage. I'm losing my voice again, but it's okay.
We're not gonna bother anybody out here.
We're probably gonna bother a couple people with loud music, but it's okay. We're anchored up, and it's gonna be a good time. We'll end up cooking some food. It's gonna be sick.
Barbecue.
Good job, boys.
Hell yeah.
Good job,
Good
anchor
shit.
man. Good job, Ron.
I didn't do nothing.
What do you need from me? We're firing up. Party of the night.
The bell!
The bell! Let's go. Run all aboard!
Batten down the hatches! Where are we going, Cap?
We're going to Monument Island. We're going to Monument Island. We got a couple drop-offs to do, and we're gonna go swimming. We're gonna launch the raft.
Is anyone gonna try and eat those weird grapes?
I hope not.
Round 2. Quality engineering, Cadward paid off. We're rolling, baby. Here we go.
All right. His arm didn't move. So you just have to grab the next knot up.
All right, let me take a second here to better explain this. So I had this idea, drew it up in CAD, cue the photo. By CAD, I mean Snapchat photos, and just drew on it, but super sophisticated drawing as to how this works. And yeah, it works pretty mint.
Well, your left hand's free and your right hand grip with another left hand watches right hand slip. Schwartz is gone. N-E-O-O-M-G-G Whiz girl, you're the one for me. Though your man's bigger than I am, all my days he disagrees. Speak easy. Well, my left hand's free. Well, my left hand's free. Well, my left hand's free. Ain't shady, baby, I'm hot. Light up a prodigal son. Big up like the leany, meany, money, mo, and flower. You're the chosen one.